Hello, my name's Gurpinder Kaur Sandhu, and in today's free IELTS lesson, I'll be talking about IELTS speaking part 1. Now on the board right here, I have written down a few questions that the examiner is going to ask you for sure. Now the topic might be different. The topic I picked is cooking. Now the examiner might ask you, how often do you cook? Now he here is talking about the frequency. How often do you cook? Every day? Every other day? Every week? Who usually does the cooking in home? Is it your mother, your father, you? That's what you need to answer for this question. Where did you learn to cook? Did you learn to cook at your home? Your mother taught you? Or did you learn to cook in school? Did you take some classes? When did you learn to cook? Did you learn cooking when you were a child or when you were a teenager? That's what the examiner is going to look for in this question. How long have you been cooking? Now, how long? You need to tell time here. How long? Have you been cooking for years now? Or are you a beginner? Have you started cooking recently? What kind of dishes do you cook? The examiner is looking for you to tell him what kinds of dishes do you know how to cook, whether it is food from the States or your hometown, or if you know how to cook Vietnamese dishes, all different kinds of dishes. You can talk about any dishes you know how to cook. Now here are a few more questions. Can you cook? Now the examiner is asking you if you can cook or not. Please keep it simple and short. Do you like cooking? Here you need to talk about your likings and dislikings. Do you like cooking? Do you not like cooking? Do you hate cooking? Or do you love cooking? What's your favorite dish? You need to tell the examiner about your favorite dish. Now, often when it comes to IELTS speaking, this question is the most common questions. What's your favorite book? What's your favorite dish? What's your favorite movie? Please try to practice this question as much as you can. Do you prefer eating at home or eating out? Now the examiner is looking for you to answer and tell him if you like eating at home or eating out. Now, do you usually cook for yourself? You can tell the examiner if you cook yourself. You can say, yes, I do cook myself. Or you need to tell him if your mother cooks food for you. He's looking for an answer where you need to tell him who usually cooks for you. What do you usually cook? Now, you need to tell the examiner about what dish you usually cook. What do you like cooking? Is it basic, simple food? Is it really complex, complicated food with a lot of different flavors? So yeah. Do you ever order food delivery? Now the examiner is looking for you to tell him that, do you ever order food delivery? The answer can be a simple yes or a no. Have you ever eaten any foreign food? You can tell the examiner if you have eaten some kinds of foreign food, where, when, how. Do you like it or not? Are you going to eat that food again? Do you love it or do you not like it? Do you ever cook when you were a child? Sorry, did you ever cook when you were a child? Now you need to tell the examiner if you ever cooked when you were a child or not. Why do some people dislike cooking? According to my experience, a lot of people dislike cooking. Now the examiner is looking for you not to tell him or her about your preference. You need to tell him about why people dislike cooking and not how you feel about cooking. That was all for today's lesson. Stay tuned.